What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast. Today we're going to be taking a look at Week 14, NFL 2021, Monday Night Football, the NFC Showdown that we've been waiting for. Rams, Cardinals, what happened, bro? Well, for those of you guys that watched the game, not only did they recover the first onside kick in like ages, but it didn't turn out the way we all thought it would. As far as the way the Cardinals are, I'm not going to say the Cardinals are frauds, because building a 10-3 record is not easy. But the Rams, without Jalen Ramsey, it was a lot of stuff that was going on. I didn't really feel that it would go this way. And I'm going to tell you why. DeAndre Hopkins should have had a field day. We're going to talk about some of those things in a second. They contained Kyler Murray pretty well. Similar to the way that they've been trying to kind of watch Lamar Jackson. I don't know if everybody's been seeing what's happening. It's either two things that go on when you play against these running quarterbacks. You speed blitz them, right? So that means that you try to take away any read that's going on immediately, or you just have a spy and you send like one or two and just contain. And it looks like they don't know what to do, bro. Like, to be totally honest, it was kind of weird, the things that were going on. But we're going to start off with the Rams, right? So Matthew Stafford, 23 of 30, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. That's actually really good. There's nothing really to, you can't really nitpick that. That was a really good performance by him. He did miss Cooper Kupp on one throw that I didn't really like, but he wasn't as bad as he was in the past. He wasn't overthrowing people. He seemed a little bit more comfortable. If he plays like this could be dangerous for the Buccaneers come playoff time. Just so everybody knows that, right? Because I don't believe that Matthew Stafford has I don't know if he has, dude, you need to be really, really ready and prepared to know that Tom Brady's on the other side of the field and you got to beat him. And I think that that's what really spooks out a lot of these quarterbacks. Some of these guys act like they don't know, like, oh, bro, I don't care. It's just Tom Brady. But Tom Brady comes with an aura, right? And then you see him on the other side and he has all these prestigious awards and he's Tom Brady. This is what all this is about. This is the preparation, right? You go to the Cardinals, you beat the Cardinals at Cards, right? This is a major step for the Rams because they've been really looking like, some of the games that they've lost, they've looked really bad while they've been losing. And I've been really, really watching Matthew Stafford, and I try to compare him to when he was a Lion, and I'm like, the Lions franchise is horrific. They lost 2 of the greatest players ever. Barry Sanders and Megatron. So they're not really the best organization. So I try to give Matthew Stafford a pass, but he does have an exorbitant amount of talent. And I know it takes time to kind of figure that out. And we can't expect what happened with Tom Brady to happen with him. Tom Brady jumped in, hit the ground running with the Bucs. He's like, yo, the Patriots suck right now. We saw what the Patriots were when Tom Brady left. They could barely do anything. There was no talent as far as the skill positions on offense. So Tom Brady did something that many of us thought he couldn't do because he was older, right? Matthew Stafford right now is young enough to be able to do all of these things and utilize all of these players. Now, I know Woods is, obviously out for the season, I believe, for the remainder of the season, but, OBJ is pretty decent. Cooper Kupp, OBJ with another touchdown, Cooper Kupp with a touchdown, 123 for Cooper Kupp. Van Jefferson with a touchdown. So he's spreading the ball around. Do I believe that they'll need that third receiver? Not if OBJ can step up, because playoff time, Robert Woods is really good. He didn't get a lot of credit from a lot of, regular fly-by-night NFL viewers. They're like, oh, Robert Woods, whatever. But he added a different dimension, with route running and being able to get open for the Rams football team. So if OBJ is able to come in and do some of those things, I'm not saying we're going to get the OBJ from New York. You know what I'm saying? But if he's able to just create some kind of double team or take attention of a Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Kupp is the guy right now. If you guys didn't know, he's the guy. He's been the guy for a while. He's getting the targets. He's getting open. He's route running. He's doing what he needs to do. But the thing that concerns me also, Sonny Michel, okay, 20 carries, 79 yards, 4-yard average. His runs weren't really that dynamic. It's starting to get... I don't know, bro. It looks like people don't understand the importance of the run game. But come playoff time, we all know you got to be able to run that ball, and you got to be able to run some play action, because you can't just drop back with all these. These guys are serious pass rushers in this league. So a lot of people are going to understand it if they don't already know that. And that's my concern about the Rams, all right? I'm not hating on you Ram fans. Yo, Gma, you're not giving out Rams no credit. It's not about that. I look for the bigger goal, and I know the goal is Super Bowl. So, I'm looking and seeing, I like the way they performed yesterday. Now we jump over to the Cardinals, right? Kyler Murray, 383 yards, 32 of 49, 2 INTs. That's not going to get it done, bro. And yet still, they could have still won the game. See, this is what the problem is, right? If you can't, it's sort of like this. If you can dominate on one side of the ball, right? Like just say, let's say for instance, like, James Conner, he had 31 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns, right? So that, obviously they get to the red zone, they're rushing it in, and then that's how they're scoring, right? They have other ways to score because the team dynamically, defensively, and also special teams, they can make plays, right? But let's talk about the fact that Kyler Murray had 0 touchdowns on this defense with no Jalen Ramsey. That should be concerning. Let's talk about the fact that DeAndre Hopkins had 12 targets, 5 receptions for 54 yards. That should be concerning, okay? AJ Green coming out here and, getting 10 targets and 7 receptions, 102, whatever. But James Conner also being utilized in the passing game is a good thing for them. But I did not like the way that DeAndre Hopkins is your star, right? So I'm very, very I'm old school with this, where it's like, all right, Randy Moss, Culpepper, Chris Carter. Yo, bro, listen, these guys got to get the ball. The Vikings, old school, you guys know about that. Going back, I guess we could go Plaxico Burress with the Giants. Your main guy, look, dude, where's your main guy? This is what it is. Tom Brady, Randy Moss. Where is your main guy? DeAndre Hopkins is your main guy, right? If he's only catching 5 out of 12 targets, somebody's making the wrong decision. Either the quarterback is doing whatever he wants, or DeAndre Hopkins not running the right route. Whatever way it is, he can't have 54 yards and this Cardinal team expect to go anywhere. That's my point. That to me was the difference in the game, because the Rams should not have been able to lock up, but they played a lot of bracket coverages. Sometimes they caught them one-on-one and they won the battle. It was very, very interesting. Like I said, I did not expect, once I found out that Ramsey was out, I expected the Cardinals to win this game easily. And I was very disappointed in the Cardinals, because you want to believe that they're going to go and win the Super Bowl and it's going to be like a magical story. But games like this, late in the season, it makes you think like maybe we put too much pressure, and maybe the Cardinals are not ready yet, because they didn't give a good performance. They did recover the onside kick. I was very excited about that. I wanted to see if they could do something, but they started to speed blitz. They started rushing a lot of people. Then they rushed nobody, and Aaron Donald ended the game. So it's pretty much a situation where everybody needs to understand going forward. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this all actually works. And I'm not sure about the Cardinals right now with the way that they played last night. And the Rams, if Matthew Stafford can continue to play like that, they could be dangerous. They could be that formidable team that could possibly take down the Super Bowl champs in the Buccaneers. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you enjoy your day. Until next time, one love, y'all.